Hello everyone, welcome back to Coffee Outdoors. Today's video is going to be a little different. We're still going to be talking a little bit about why we trap, and I'm going to give you a personal account of what we've had to deal with one of our pets the last 2 weeks, so they kind of go hand in hand. First off, why do we trap? Well, number one, we want to keep the population of fur bearers in check so they remain healthy and disease does not become prevalent and kill off a bunch of them, because once disease hits a population of animals, whether it be coyote, fox, raccoon, so forth, Mother Nature can be very brutal to those animals and they die a horrible death, whether it be parvo, distemper, or mange. So that's one reason why we trap. Of course, another reason is, we trap the raccoons to help the nesting birds, and we trap the coyotes to help the deer so the fawn survives. So that being said, that's just why we trap. Well, how's this going to anything we had to deal with at home? Well, we had a disease hit at home, so I'm going to give you our account of what we had to deal with the last few weeks. So I hope you sit back and listen to this. It's just my account of dealing with PANLEUKOPENIA, which is also known as Parvo virus, which is a very contagious virus and is a very deadly disease to adult cats that has a bad immune system, or kittens who does not have a fully developed immune system yet. We're going to be discussing a kitten, a 13-week-old kitten at the time we got her. But it's just a very deadly disease. I've never had to deal with it before, so here we go. July 28th, July 31st, which was a Saturday. The wife wanted to get a kitten for a younger cat, who you also know as my helper, who loves to be in any unboxing videos I have. She loves to mess with boxes. She just has a thing for boxes. Well, that young cat loves to play, and she will try and play with our two older cats who have nothing to do with it. They don't want to play. They want to eat, drink, sleep, and be left alone. So I gave in. We went to the humane shelter here in town, picked up a 13-year-old female kitten, brought her home. She was supposed to go back August 6th, check that, August 7th, a Saturday, August 7th, to be spayed. Well, we had her that week. 4 days into having her, none of the cats wanted nothing to do with her. So my wife's plan was backfiring. The young cat, none of them wanted nothing to do with her. They just look at her, hiss, and go on their way. Well, day 5 came, and the younger cat finally gave in, became friends, and they were doing what the wife was hoping they would do, and just play all over the place. So the young cat made a friend. We go into Sunday, August 8th. Well, before we go into Sunday, August 8th, Amy gets a call August 5th stating that the shelter had an outbreak of parvo, no cats in or out, so the kitten will not be coming in to get spayed, just to keep an eye on her. So with that being said, August 7th, everything was fine. Kitten, younger cat, still playing like crazy. We go into Sunday, August 8th, mainly that afternoon. I was at work, and Amy was noticing that the young kitten was not as playful, not as energetic, was wanting to lay around more, but was still drinking a little, eating a little. Really didn't think too much of it. Well, then comes August 9th, that Monday. That kitten would not move. She just would lay around, wanted nothing to do with food or water, and got to the point where she was starting to dry heave, and also, it's going to be a little gross, but would just vomit some foam. So started calling the vets, was able to find a vet to get her into, was going to get her, had an appointment at 11, so we headed to the vet. Vet took her in, performed what they call a snap test. Of course, we gave her the vet all the symptoms and everything, and what the shelter told us and everything. So they performed a snap test, which is a test to see if she would be positive or negative for parvo virus. Turns out she was positive for parvo. Now she would have been 14 weeks now. So vet said they would have to put her into their ICU in their animal hospital. They would have to start an IV on her, give her IV antibiotics, give her IV fluids to keep her from dehydrating, and they would start her on a pill to help her stop vomiting. Now, there's no cure for Parvo. The only thing they can do is treat the other symptoms that go along with it, such as vomiting, such as dehydration, trying to get her to eat. So after 2 days in isolation, or in the ICU clinic, they started giving her a pill to try to induce her to start eating, try to get her appetite going again, because she still wasn't eating. So this has been a few days that this little kitten hasn't eaten. Now, she wasn't very big to begin with. Now, at the end of this video, I'll introduce you to her, but she was hanging in there. She was fighting, getting antibiotics, fluids, anything you could think of that they could do for her, they were doing. But like I said, there's no cure for this, so it's just a matter of time. So they said kittens who survived the first 4 to 5 days, it's pretty good that they will make a full recovery. But she was a slow eater. She did not want to eat whatsoever. By Thursday, she was starting to nibble some, which was a big improvement. She was showing a little more energy. She was meowing. She would be purring when they'd go in there wanting out of her cage. But she still wasn't ready to come home. Now, on Friday the 13th of August, she had started improving more. She still had diarrhea, but she was eating more. Not what they was wanting, but they thought by letting her come home, maybe that would help kick her over the hump, letting her be back in her surroundings at home, and just see how that would do. And we would have to do a checkup call on Monday to let the vet know how she's doing. Well, we did everything. You know, she would drink. We would try to push her to eat. We would get wet food, something that would smell, to try to kick that appetite in. Each day was an improvement. She would be eating more. She would be drinking more. Couldn't get rid of that diarrhea until that Sunday. But overall, she was making great leaps and bounds on the road to recovery. So thankfully, here we are. Today's Wednesday, August 18th, I believe. She, as of yesterday, had started playing again. So her and the young cat are running around, ripping and tearing up the house like they did before she got the virus. Now, luckily, as we have 3 other cats, luckily they all have been vaccinated, because, like I said, this virus is highly contagious and is very deadly. Like the vet told us, once a cat with a bad immune system, or a kitten, contracts this virus, there's only a 90%, there's a 90% death rate, only 10% survival rate. So let's just say we were very worried once we found out she had it, but she has made a long road to recovery. She is almost back to normal. She still has a sneeze every now and then, and a little clear leakage around her eye, but she is back to being a kitten, eating just as good as she did before she got sick. So thank God our other cats were vaccinated, or we would have been in a world of hurt. And just wanted to pass that on. Like I said, it's not trapping related, but I tied it in there at the beginning. You know, if you listen to this all the way through, I appreciate it. Here in a minute, I'll go inside and introduce you to our kitten Nala, who survived the Parvo virus. Like I said, it wasn't no fun and games. I do not wish this on anybody. I have never dealt with Parvo or PANLEUKOPENIA, however you say it, my entire life. You hear how it affects wildlife or other shelters. You know, it's just a deadly, ugly virus that wipes out young kittens and stuff. But this has a happy ending. Like I said, she's home. She's doing great. And I'm going to shut this off and introduce you to Nala. I believe now she is 15 weeks, working on her 16th week, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to introduce you to our new kitten Nala. She's short-haired, kind of tiger marked like my helper. As you can see, she's not wanting held. She's wanting to go do what she wants, but she is still getting over the parvovirus. You know, she's still got to take antibiotics twice a day, but she is eating and drinking and playing like a little kitten should. Like I said, she should be 15 going on 16 weeks now, but you know, for what she's went through, she is doing quite well. So the other cats still want nothing to do with her, but the young kitten or young cat, my helper, loves to play with her again. So I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I've got one cat right here on a footstool, and then you got this big long-haired calico female that just loves to sleep, doing what she loves to do. And like I said, thank God all 3 of our cats were vaccinated. So they said once she fully gets over this parvovirus, she will be immune to it, will not need a vaccination. So that's a good thing. Like I said, I don't wish this on anybody. It was awful. She looked horrible when she was coming down with it, and just glad she made it through and is doing fine now. So just wanted to share that with you. If you watched this video all the way through, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But I'm going to let her go, do what she wants to do, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.